Thanks for spending a few minutes with us, and we're going to go right into questions. We're going to start with David Lake from Inside the U. David, if you had a question for De'Eric.
Yeah, Derek, just wanted to ask you, after Sunday's scrimmage, a good starting point, it seemed like. So in your mind now, just moving forward, what would you like to build on from that scrimmage? And then also, if you could highlight a defensive player that impressed you in the scrimmage, made things maybe a little difficult for you guys on offense.
Yeah, I think it was a good scrimmage. Couple days ago. I think we just got to just keep building, be more consistent, and always doing the right things. You got to understand, like, it's not going to be perfect every single play, but if guys are doing the right things, every play it's going to at least give us a chance to be good. You know what I mean? And then some defense players that stood out to me were both of the safeties, Bubba and Gervin. They did a heck of a job in the scrimmage. They kind of makes things difficult in the back end for me. So just practicing against those guys every day is getting me better.
Awesome. De'Eric, we're going to go to Matt Baker at the Tampa Bay Times. Matt, if you had a question for De'Eric.
Hey, De'Eric, I want to ask you about Kyle Trask. I'm curious, being teammates with him in high school, how'd that help kind of get you to where you are today, having to kind of battle him for in high school?
Yeah, Kyle is my really good friend. When I first transferred to Melville High School, it was 8 quarterbacks, and I was last on the depth chart. I was 8th quarterback on the depth chart, so just competing with all those guys. My sophomore year, and Kyle was actually one of the guys that was ahead of me. And then just him, he's a very competitive person. He's obviously a good football player. So just being in the weight room with him every single day, on the field and in the meeting room practice, it's pushed me to be the best I could be, just because I knew I had a guy behind me that was really, really good as well. And Kyle was the type of guy in high school who was quiet, and I'll do a certain amount of weight, and he'll always try to add 10 pounds to my weight. So I kind of had an edge like that. Just being teammates with him, he's a great dude.
You guys still in touch?
Yeah, we talked. I talked to him a couple days ago. We talked often. Over the quarantine, we worked out every day together, training, just throwing the ball every single day.
Thanks.
Awesome. De'Eric, we're going to go to Manny Navarro at The Athletic. Manny, if you had a question for De'Eric. All right. Hearing none, we're going to go to Matt Shodell from Kane Sport. Matt, if you had a question for De'Eric.
All right. Hey, De'Eric. So I want to ask you about how the offensive line performed. I know you can scramble away from defensive guys, so sacks don't really tell the story. What do you think about how those guys did, and maybe also how they can improve? You mentioned more consistency in the offense in general, maybe some areas where you think they can still make some strides.
Yeah, the offensive line did a great job. Honestly, this whole camp, they've been doing really, really good. I think we have a lot of depth on the O-line. We have a lot of older guys now that play some football, and a lot of young guys that played last year are a year older now, so they're doing way better. I just think it just takes time to fully get it there, but I think as of now, I can't complain about anything about the O-line. I think they had a really, really good scrimmage.
Awesome. De'Eric, we're going to go to David Ferones at the Sun Sentinel. David, if you had a question for De'Eric.
Sure. Hey, De'Eric. I was wondering, in your time so far working with offensive coordinator Rhett Lashley, has there been any moment working with him that just made you say, wow, we're really clicking, or this is something that's really going to work, us together?
I wouldn't say it was – if any moment, it probably been a scrimmage, because the scrimmage is probably the most game-like you'll get compared to the game. So the scrimmage, the way we were moving the ball, everybody was clicking, the plays coming in fast. I had a really good feel out there in the scrimmage, but he's a great offensive coordinator. He calls great plays, and obviously the tempo of the offense is a big help to us as well.
And also, I want to know, just what specific aspects of this offense you feel really make it a perfect marriage for you guys. And has there been any adjustments, either you to his offense or him to you as a quarterback?
It hasn't been many adjustments. Obviously, if you coach different kind of quarterbacks, you kind of tweak it to fit those guys. So I feel like he put in some quarterback run for me. And I think the best thing about this offense is it's not a lot of plays we hold the ball. So we get the ball out really quick. It's always simple reads and taking shots downfield, quick game. And we have a great running attack too.
Awesome. De'Eric, we've got time for a few more. We're going to go to Susan Miller-Degnan at the Miami Herald. Susan, if you had a question for De'Eric.
Hey, De'Eric. The scrimmage, first of all, what was it like, playing in your first real game situation with the Hurricanes? And also, which players on offense do you feel like you have good chemistry with as far as the receivers go? Who have
Yeah.
you especially enjoyed working with?
It was a great feeling. Honestly, like right before we kicked the ball off, I honestly got a little teary-eyed because it's my first game without my dad either being there or calling me after the game. So I was just thinking about him, and I just wanted to go out there and have a great performance. And as far as receivers, I feel like me and Mike Harley have a really good connection on the field. He made a lot of plays. D. Wiggs, Mark Polk, they made a lot of plays. And also Xavier and Mike Redden. All those guys make plays in scrimmage. There's a lot of plays made. So I feel like I have a good connection with a bunch of those guys.
Thank you.
Awesome. We got two more, De'Aric. We're going to go to Chris Perkins at Sports Illustrated. Chris, if you had a question for De'Aric.
Hey, De'Aric, the way the calendar year 2020 has gone, do you have any regrets about redshirting and transferring? And even if you don't have any regrets, have you kind of kicked that decision around in your head a few times and just thought, what if?
No, sir. I love my time at the University of Houston. I got my degree from there. I'm an alumni there. But I felt like it was time for me to move on. And honestly, I've been enjoying myself out here. I have no regrets. I haven't even just kicked the idea around by me. I'm just standing there, coming here. I'm just excited to be a Cane. I'm ready to go this year.
Thank you.
Awesome. Last one for you, De'Aric. We got Tom D'Angelo at the Palm Beach Post. Tom, if you had a question for De'Aric.
Hey, De'Aric, Manny Diaz talked about as a defensive coordinator, the toughest thing for him was when you're facing a mobile quarterback like yourself was also the one that could beat you with his arm. Do you ever feel like your throwing ability in your arm has been overlooked by defenses because they're so concerned about your athletic ability and your mobility?
Yeah, I think sometimes, a lot of times guys look at a quarterback like myself just as a runner. But honestly, I love playing teams that want to make me throw the ball because I know I could do that and I know I could do it pretty well. And we have a lot of guys that can make plays. I don't think I'm just a runner. I think I'm a dual-threat quarterback who can do both.
Thank you.
Awesome. De'Aric, thanks for spending a few minutes with us today, and I'm sure we'll be talking to you soon. Good luck in the rest of the week.
Thanks for having me.